Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name is Preston and today we are covering the blue color review for Royal Bloodlines, which is OP10. And I was actually the most excited about this color while cards came up, just because of the ridiculousness of the Rebecca card that we'll get to very shortly. After looking it over, this isn't probably the best color in the set, but it definitely has the highest expectations since it's adding to a archetype that did decently when it first came out with the first Rebecca leader that couldn't attack. So let's jump straight into it. Let's start off with the leaders here and talk about one that won't have any impact on today's video, which is Seesaw Clown. Dawn ×2. When attacking, you can turn one of your characters with Punk Hazard trait that costs 2 or more to their owner's hand, KO up to one of your opponent's characters, 4,000 power or less. We talked about this in the red color review. Check that one out if you want to get more on the Punk Hazard typing. It's interesting. It's an interesting leader. I'm really excited to see if anyone does anything with it. Especially because he got quite a nice alt art. But for our leader that will have the most impact in our blue color today, Ussop. So excited to get an Ussop leader. I know that everyone's waiting to get more Straw Hat leaders, to get their favorite Straw Hat leader, and we finally got Ussop. And say what you want about the alt art, it could have been something else. It's this, and I'm okay with it. It's pretty fun. So Ussop's leader effect has a permanent of all characters with Dessrosa type. Cost 2, with a cost of 2 or more, get an increased cost of +1. So that's what the black archetype has been doing. I think since starter deck 14, the 3 years. 2 days, 3 years. Oh, that was way off. Starter deck. 2 days, 3 years, 3 days, 2 years. Did I get it correct finally? Whew. Alright. Moving on to his activatable effect. During your opponent's turn, once per turn, when a character with the characteristic Dessrosa gets KO'd or leaves the field due to an opponent's effect, you can activate this effect. If you have 5 or less cards in your hand, draw 1 card. That's pretty cool. That at any point, if a card leaves the field during your opponent's turn, which that's generally when cards leave the field, you have 1 chance to draw a card, and that's pretty nice for hand sustainability, especially for, I mean, any game, but like, I feel like this deck will probably want it. I don't know. I like it. Drawing cards is always nice, and having it on your leader ability is quite nice. So let's jump into our cards here. We'll go over our SRs first. We'll start here with Kairos. On play, return up to 1 character with a cost of 5 or less to their owner's hand. He's a 7 cost, 9k power. That's pretty cool. Nice upper end that removes stuff. A lot of blue cards do this, so there's most likely a better card in blue, since this is very generic when it comes to blue. But getting this ability with the Dessrosa typing so it can get added to hand with a searcher is obviously why it's there. So generally, not the most shiny of cards. It's not the most exciting of cards because it just does something that we already have. But for this Dessrosa typing, I think it will come into play briefly. But we have a very interesting deck that you can build with the first set of Dessrosa stuff. Our second SR here is insane. This Rebecca does a lot. Okay. So, if you have a character with a cost of 8 or more, draw a card. Incredible. You could stop there and I'd be like, this is a good card. It does more. Then reveal up to 2 cards with a cost of 7 or less with the characteristics of Dessrosa other than Rebecca. Okay, so we're going to show your opponent 2 cards from your hand. What next? Bring those cards into play. If the remaining cards have a cost of 4 or less, bring it into play rested. So I get to pay 7 Don, draw a card, play a 7, and then play a 4 rested. That's insane to me. Absolutely insane. I feel like this, with the cards that have already been revealed from the first set, I think it was Kingdoms of Intrigue, plus Usopp's ability to make this an 8, which I think that works. Yeah, I think she would become an 8 cost with your Usopp leader, right? And then you get to do all this extra stuff, which is pretty crazy to get just because you have a leader and a single card. Getting a 7 cost on board by paying for it, getting a 7 cost for free and a 4 cost for free, giving you, what is that, 18 Dawn for 7? And then those cards can be absolutely insane. You can have just this so much cool crap happen. I think the Luffy that has like double attack, restand yourself type of stuff might be 7 or less. So that gets you just an absolutely crazy combo. And things that you could probably do with that crazy combo is play this card. I think it's going to be translated as Wuxi. On play, you can put one of your leaders or stages with Dessrosa into rest. Up to one of your characters with Monkey D. Luffy gain banish during this turn. So if you already have a Luffy on board that has the ability to attack this turn, they gain banish and you get this card on board for free. Other costs that are 4 that can come into play. This one could be a little bit dangerous because they might want to clear this, because being able to draw 2 cards, you don't want to leave that card on board. If it comes in rested, they'll probably get rid of it. But on the other note, this card in general, we love to draw cards. We've already talked about that. I don't like cards that have on attack. They're slow. Now this card's very good, but it's a little bit slower than a just on play draw. We know that. But I like it. I would love to draw attention to Cavendish instead of my leader. I would love to draw attention to this Cavendish instead of something I want to use to attack. So if they want to stop me from drawing cards, that's great. Get rid of the 4 cost Cavendish. Leave my 7 cost Rebecca alone, if possible. I think a good distraction is always nice to have in your deck. Last few things we got going on here. We have some Revolutionary Army stuff then in the blue color, which I thought was very weird, but Ivankov is a blue Revolutionary Army, and they also have Dessrosa typing, so you might have something interesting going there. It might just end up being a blue-red or blue-yellow Revolutionary Army leader coming soon. So, when attacking, return one of your characters with a Revolutionary cost of 3 or more. This character gains 3,000 power for the turn, so boost its self attack up to 6k. That's a pretty fun, like, I don't know, maybe surprise if they don't know exactly what this koala does. You have a Sabo if your character other than Sabo with an original cost of 7 or less leaves the field due to your opponent's effects. You can return this character to your hand instead. So keeping a 7 on board to pick up a 4 cost card that has 2k counter is a very fun effect, I think, which leaves this card open to getting some cool alt arts as well. Last one here is hack. With 1 Dawn attached, on attack, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with Revolutionary Army type, add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And this is why I think we'll get probably a blue-yellow archetype, because even the Ivankov stuff that had Revolutionary Army was more, it was focusing on the other stuff which was Impel Down. So I think we'll get a blue archetype Revolutionary Army that will be playable with these cards. For now, I think they are a little ahead of themselves and don't have too much use, but are very interesting. We got another Marco on KO. Return up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less to its owner's hand and its blocker. That's pretty cool. So defend yourself and bounce another card. And that other card most likely going to be something that's active that hasn't attacked yet, so you're stopping 2 attacks with this blocker. I like that as well. I like that a lot. The reason why I said this set probably came up as more lackluster, I felt like there wasn't a lot of oomph there wasn't enough power there. The Rebecca probably makes up for all of that. You play the Ussop, you play Rebecca, you play a lot of your Dessrosa stuff from Kingdoms of Intrigue, and you probably have something quite exciting because that added black typing just makes everything so annoying. Being able to play black in any deck I feel like is super annoying because cards in black are generally very annoying to play against with just so much extra added power. Now, these are all just my opinion. I want to let you have the chance to get in the comments and let me know if I missed anything or if I'm just way too excited about Rebecca and there's no reason to be excited about it. Let me know in the comments what you feel about this blue set for Royal Bloodlines. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you want to get more One Piece TCG, hit that subscribe. And until next time, peace.